going on here? Hey, we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Is there some people there? Oh, there we go. I hear me now. There we go, man. We live in the bin. All right, man. Just had a little. See, it's always some little technical difficulties going on, man. So, man, let me run this whole thing back around the corner, man. Let me run this thing back one more time. This is what we gonna do right here, man. We gonna run this thing back, man. Am I here? Can y'all hear all that? Can y'all hear all that? Is that here, man? Is that here? That's here, man. Hey, man. Once again, this here, another week. You know, another week. I just think different podcasts. Hey, I'm your host James. We coming live, man. It's a whole bunch of things going on, and they still out here taking lives, man. Bunch of yellow tape and white chalk out lines is going on outside, and people dying outside. They losing lives, and they ain't playing. So I'm just here, just saying, man. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing it. It's disgusting to me. So what we gonna do? Hey, man, we gonna get involved with that, man. Hey, this I Just Think Different Podcast, episode 29. I'm your host, James. This is about the elders, the youth. And the next is, who, man? Who is the next, man? Because that's what's going on out here, man. I have no idea. This whole world is being flipped upside down. And first of all, how y'all doing, man? How you doing? Welcome back. Yeah, I appreciate y'all for stopping by the I Just Think Different Podcast, man. Yeah, man, how y'all been, man? I've been sitting here wondering why it's just these crazy events going on with these shooting, man. To be honest with you, along with this school tragedy that happened here in Texas, it was also high school incident here in Pennsylvania where there was actually a school stabbing, right? And I know they, talk about putting the metal detectors up in the school and things like that, but if you don't take a gun, you stop the guns. I just explained the student got stabbed, so it ain't always coming by a bullet. It's just violence at our schools and our places, man. And you right, man. You gotta be aware at all times. And you gotta sit here and you gotta protect the people, man. Like, who is the people? Well, the people is the people that are around you. And in this situation, man, our people, my people, keep getting slashed and punked and killed and roughhoused and treated like dirt, treated like trash. And the episode that happened last week, about 10 days ago, man, where in Buffalo, still bothered me. It had me bothered for quite some time to know that it's people out there that's literally sitting down plotting. I'm talking about, I ain't got nothing else better to do, dog. I'ma just, what, let me go ahead and let me get my manuscript down, dog, because I'm feeling tight right now. I'm looking at things on the screen, and I don't really like what's going on. So give me a manuscript. Let me start writing some stuff down. You know what? I want to take out some. No, I want to take out some black folks. Yeah, you know what? Let's take out black folks and study that. Are you kidding me, man? That's what people doing, dog. It ain't just happening there. Oh, it goes. It ain't just there. Because now somebody can drive 200 miles to kill the elders. But now we got teenagers that can just pull up to the school of elementary, K through 6, when you see little kids, and just open fire, fam, and kill kids. That's what we doing out here, man. That is insane in the country that we live in. The United States is out of control, out of line, man. Do you know what I'm saying? the type of stuff and things that we allow to go on in this country is insane. And then we look at it and blame all type of stuff that's going on with this. I don't know, you don't know history and the health issues, the criminal background, all this bullshit. And ain't none of that justified to kill anybody, man. Especially older people and kids, man. Older we taking out our elders, specifically black in this scenario. You wrote nigger on the barrel of gun. You just take that and write that right on there. So this is specific to y'all. This ain't just like, nah, I might hit just a couple people just in case, because when I'm doing it live, I run up on my man. Nah, my bad, bro. I'm trying to look for them other folks. That's what you doing. That's what we doing out here, and then get picked up safely. You ain't getting no bullet to your head, nothing like that. But my man, today, yeah, he was the day today, unfortunate day, and a sad day, and it never should have happened. But this man killed kids and his grandmother and a couple of adults, and he died. You don't get to let her talk about that. Don't get no jail time. You don't get to ask, what was your motive behind all this and what's going on, man? That's it. I don't even have no kids, but can empathize for my great nephews and nieces, and my nephews and nieces, and anybody that has a child. I just imagine feeling, what is going through a person's mind knowing that your child could be in a situation like that. And then here come information where it came out was originally 13 in a sense, It was 13 in a sense, and then two people was critically wounded, then the number went up, then it's 18. I'm like, man, they still getting counts. That's crazy. I'm thinking myself, like, man, you can just go into school and just shoot kids, yo. Is that what we doing out here, man? That can't be. Mm-mm. Excuse me. That can't be what we doing out here. We can't be out here just blatantly going out, walking in school buildings, yo, and taking out kids. If your kid can't be safe at school, a place of learning and education, I'm talking about learning ABCs, one, two, threes, the basics. You know what I'm saying? Old McDonald had a farm, Mary had a little lamb, all that type of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember in elementary school how it was being in Summerfield, man. And I know what goes on in elementary. This is what you learn, and this is development. I can't be in a learning facility, man. You can't drop your kid off and expect your kid to get a quality education while you go off and provide a lifestyle for your family, and feel that that's okay. Now, all of a sudden, you now are drastically worried and concerned about the state of your kids now, where people now are really considering really homeschooling your kids after we just came off the pandemic where people was homeschooling their kids. So it looked like parents might go back to the option and just, you know what, I'd rather keep my kid at home. I'll teach my kid, because it seems like the best place for a child to be is with a parent. Because you can't go to school now and learn and get an education. And it ain't just elementary school, as I explained earlier. There was a high school incident here in Pennsylvania where they locked down the school where a student got stabbed somewhere in the shoulder. I mean, just unnecessary stuff that's going on out here. And it just gotta stop. I don't know what's going on with altercations with people and things of that nature, man. But it's never that serious where we out here feeling like a murder should be committed. especially on kids and adults, the elders. You know what I'm saying? Now, the kids are the future. This is the truth. So if the kids are the future, then how are the kids getting a future if their future is being taken away from them prior to them being able to have a future? Now that scumbag walked in there and killed kids, man. I mean, I just can't wrap my head around this situation, man. I mean, I've just been school shootings before that we've seen, high school students in Mattoon, where people just running there arming up and do, crazy things. I remember the first time the Columbine thing had happened, man. Hearing about that and seeing that on the journal and everything. And I remember there was a school in Flint, man, where I'm from. A kid that brought a gun to class and killed the student there, man, early on. So, I mean, these things be happening, but they shouldn't be happening. That was just one on one. That shouldn't have happened, you know. But showing up to school and just creating like chaos is insane. It is to create chaos. Yeah, yeah, I just said that. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. March right on to the NWO, man. That's exactly right. That's what I feel. And to get things in order, of course, I gotta create the chaos because uh you know, the chaos is to get you in line, to get you to know that it's going on. I feel like people have already been set up to be placed and staged at home. We so concerned about a status quo and being important and being in front of the limelight that people do anything to try to get their 15 minutes of fame, sell their soul. Like, so that's the image, that's the game to control you on the phone in the digital realm, right? So when I give you that, now I'm taking that digital realm and then I'm going to multiply it and put that in its own verse. So we gonna make you put some goggles on. You just stay in there. We gonna call that the metaverse. And then you can start buying property and stuff in there and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So wait a minute, you don't have no property in reality, but you got video game property. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? That's a status, that's a clout thing. Like, like, nah, we got land in the verse, but I see how people was getting crypto and running to different cash and all of this stuff, man. I'm thinking to myself, if things are set up in a digital realm and you go crypto and some hacker takes over the market, then you have no access to your cash. You have no access to anything. If it's tied digital, I can freeze all your accounts. If you ain't physically touching the money, you can't physically put your hand on it, then it's a wrap. But then if they take away the access of the money, the US dollar means nothing, then what is anything? What we doing? That means we still gotta rely on each other. See, you can strip the money out of it, the glamour and the gold, the all the materialistic things, but we still have to have humanity intact. Because when all of these materials come off and get stripped, we still have to be taken care of. We still need nurture. We still have anxiety. We still have issues. We still have problems. And the money don't fix none of that. Because if it did, we wouldn't be having these problems with these people creating these crazy crimes and all these foolish homicides that we see on a regular basis and people clout chasing, claiming things that they don't even own. That's what be happening. But sadly enough, there are, teams set up and planning to, attack you. They planning to attack you. They look like you. They look like me. They ready to get at you, and they ready to get you up out of here. And if they ain't ready to get you up out of here, what I'm saying, we'll get your grandparents and your aunties up out of here. You know what I'm saying? We start with them first. Older people. Oh, you know what? You think that was a little game? Oh, we go younger. We chop it all off like just King Herod or something. Like, what's going on here? They taking out the kids, killing kids in school. That is the most absurd thing that I've seen this year, and most nonsense for no reason I've seen. Nobody should be killed. Nobody should lose their life. But then to go into a school and take someone's child, man. So definitely sending strength to all the families and parties involved in that situation. Definitely sending you all the healing and strength energy that you need. Uh, prayer energy, healing energy. There's, you know, I don't even have the words I could say to what someone could be going through of losing somebody in that magnitude. But I do know that hearing stuff like that bothers me, and it makes me feel away. And it made me feel away enough to come on here and keep talking about. And it's the fourth podcast that I've spoken about more shootings. As you can see, I said under attack, still under attack, and then they still attacking. That's 3 weeks worth of podcasts where each week some random shooting was still going off, man. And I am confused, but not really, because I said April 1st when they started to kick it into second gear, which is we going in the second quarter, the shootings will rev up. We in springtime, and we just had the eclipse the other time. People see eclipses and things like that and use energy. They seek the energy in that and try to collect celestially, and organically, and different type of ways spiritually, and ground. And people use all of that symbolism and signs and all of that stuff people use, and they gravitate towards this energy, and is used badly. It's used badly. Excuse me. Yeah, it's used badly, and it's used so badly that we got people out here creating acts. We got people out here creating foolish acts. But here's the thing: self accountability is the real thing, and the way you show self accountability is really owning up to that, man. We really don't know what's going on in somebody's lives. We say this all the time. You don't really know what a person going through, and they say, "Hey, man, you going through something? Hit me up, call me. I take you. I do whatever you need." But I mean, is that person really there? You really there? That person call you 3:45 in the morning, man, saying, "Man, I've been going through it, man. I feel like I want to kill myself and take myself out." You like, "Yeah, man. I hate you, brother, man. I mean, just call me in the morning." I mean, you really get out and go see that person, and make sure they good before you read about it on the news. You be like, "Damn, that person called me. They was really going through something." You like, "Damn, I didn't know they was going through that." But yeah, but you was also saying, "Hey, brother, call me, reach out to me when you got something going on." But it happened to call you 4 o'clock in the morning. You wasn't expecting that, and now, uh, that was unavailable. Now a person is still feeling like they ain't got that help. And so now they taking matters into their own hands, and now they want to make you feel the pain, 'cause that's all it is. They say hurt people, right? So now, why am I hurting? Why am I feeling this pain and this anguish, right? Because I'm not honest with myself. I want to bring other people down to the level that I feel, because um I don't even know the answer. People don't We don't even be knowing the answer half the time. And then when we do know the answer, it still don't make no difference, because you still want somebody to feel that pain. And ain't no words for it. You just want the action to be done, right? But then when you fall back and you look at it, and you look at situations like last week in Buffalo and today with these kids getting killed in school, it's just, if that don't touch you and move you and make you want to do something different, man, then I don't know what type of body or soul that you got. I don't know what type of human being that you are in this realm that we living in, man, because these last 2 weeks are insane. Not only that, and you can backtrack it all the way to the Brooklyn situation. Somebody just had another situation in Brooklyn, New York. He just turned himself in. I mean, these crimes are happening at an alarming rate. They happen mass shootings in Chicago, California. I mean, New York, people getting robbed in Manhattan. I mean, crime is everywhere. And I'm telling you, I keep hearing for some apparent reason, it's another recession or depression. Depression, recession, at the end of the day, it's going to be a lack of coming, and quickly, right? And the weird thing to me is now I'm hearing that. I seen that when Barack was in office and the last Democrat was there, and it was a recession, right? But then before that, the Republican that was in there, it was a stimulus check that was involved. The last Republican that was in office, it was a stimulus check involved. This president that's in there, all the stuff is jacked up high and things is going on. Something, I mean, like, I don't get into politics and things like that, but I'm just saying when I can look at it from that type of perspective, not to say who doing what on what side, none of that. I'm just saying just from that angle of what parties in there, what am I receiving? I'm looking at it from that perspective. I'm like, okay, this don't make no sense. Why is it a game going back and forth with politics? And then you realize, oh, it's money. Everything revolves around money. Yet they tell you, money don't make me. Money don't do this. Money don't buy you happiness. But yet that's the name of the game, right? They tell you you got to get the house on the hill, and you got to make something of yourself, and you got to be something. Yeah. Excuse me, man. Had to get some water. Hydrate myself out here. But yeah, but it's a crazy, foolish game out here. People just recklessly doing things because why? Hurt people, and it's a lot of hurt souls out here, and they don't really know how to tell somebody I'm hurt. I just want you to feel pain. I'm gonna bring you that. The brother that sat there and killed our elders last week is ridiculous. You sat and plot during the pandemic and said, you know what, man, I don't like black people. I want to get them out of here, and my race is becoming minor. We are minor people. We don't exist. So we got even a playing field. That's just one man. Now, how many of those one men then sit there and got their little book ready to go at any time, ready to drive miles? They say he drove 200 miles to do the act. So if you drove 200 miles to do the act, did you drive back home or did you stay there? So you drove 200 miles, you stayed there, you got your place of residence, you scoped the place out, you hung out for a little bit, then you went back the day before, kicked it with some people, got some stuff bought for you, dap some people up, laughed at them, giggle, key, ha ha, and then what? Then came back because you didn't drive home. Or did you drive home? Because if you drove home, that's another 200 miles. So that's 400 miles, right? And you got to go back home. You didn't go back home because you got confiscated. So you're driving 400 miles. 400 miles is about 5 hours. So people are driving 5 hours just to kill black folks, dog. That's what we doing? Man, what? Man, what? Oh, God. This can be. This can be. But we argue with your own man. So you kill your own brother. We got black on black crime non-stop, around the clock. This is what we doing. Oh man, I want to kill my man. No, hell no. But we could get somebody to roll up in the store and kill the elders. We could get somebody to roll up in a school, a elementary school, and kill your kids, man. This is what's going on. But uh, oh, I got my diamond, my chain, my house, my things, man. Dog. None of that mean nothing. People are walking into establishment and killing people at random and don't even know where it's coming from. You send your kid off to school thinking they having a nice day. And I got fam up in Texas, not far, man. I could have been at the school with my fam, man. And like I said, the emotions wouldn't have changed. Would have been feeling the same thing. It has just been more direct to know it directly happened to me rather than it happen to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It don't take my emotion away. I still feel hurt, still feel pain for that because that's a child, and you feel like a child is innocent, didn't do anything, And definitely a parent, I'm sure, expects that when they send their kid to school, their kid come on back safely. And that's just how it go. It's a good time. You expect, if you a parent, to send your kid to school and they come back the way you sent them. You didn't send them to school with no scars, lumps, and bruises or anything like that. You expect them to come back just like that. Anything less than that, yo, you going to talk to the teacher, the kids, or what's going on. This says something else, child, what's going on, what are they doing at you at school? Is concerned because that's your child. This thing came from you, came up out of you, right? Yeah. So you defending that now. Imagine now there's more kids in there going through the same thing, and now they innocent. They don't even know what's going on. They hearing this stuff, and now you gotta train your kids for combat in school now. Like, so the fire drills and things we used to do, now we gotta do like the gun drills now. Like for safety, when people just come up in the schools, and then yeah, I hear about the metal detectors at the school. But at this point, the metal detectors they gotta be on the ice outside. You gotta have pre-game screening before you even get into school. And then on top of that, just like how they try to do with the pilots after the 9/11, like yo, pilots and things of that nature should be able to be strapped up or have some weapons or something on you at least. Definitely. And yes, your security should just be there with the highest form of security when you dealing with kids or any establishment that has people in there and lives are at risk, man. We want the bad guys to stay on the outside. So yeah, you don't want school to look like no prison yard and nothing. I get that, man. But you make it look like whatever it need to look like to keep people like that killed them kids out. We don't want that type of stuff going on here in the world, man. That's trash. That's completely trash. And if you not bothered by that and that doesn't bother you, then it got to be something wrong with you. And that's 100. That's definitely something, man, you know? And uh along with that, we got to do better. Yo, how we do better? Well, we do better by, like I said, self accountability. You know how we get self accountability? Well, you get self accountability by, recognizing that you got some working to do, right? And you got to be honest with yourself and say, you know what? I'm not a good person. I think I am. I think I know what I got. Yeah, but you got to, first of all, be slow to speak. Quick to listen. Listen first. Close your mouth. Listen. Don't say nothing at all. Hear instruction first. All right. Let some time go by there. Let it breathe for a minute. Let that marinate, and then get something off. Ask what's going on. Get some instruction. Right. That's what you should do to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and ask that. Who am I? You gotta ask yourself, be clear and honest with yourself. Because most of us not honest with ourselves. We look in the mirror and we really don't like ourselves. So we put on this character and we become a facade and a fraud to the world when we walk outside the house and we be telling the world we so real. I'm the realest. I got you. I ride for you. Then when you go home, you curl up in a ball and cry. And don't nobody know nothing about it. And you like, damn, what's wrong with me? And you trying to figure that thing out and you don't know what's going on. You gotta look at yourself and you gotta be honest with yourself and take some self accountability and say, well, damn, it was me. I did do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here myself, wide open. It takes a lot out of me to come and to come and pod and talk. But it's something I like to do. I love to talk. But to sit here and hear myself through these headphones and record sound I don't know, it's a psychological thing. It's a crazy thing almost. Like going to my father's funeral and seeing his name on the grave and then me and him got the same name. So looking at my name, is it really an effect like that? I don't know, but I can see that. Like I can see it's almost like I don't really know how to explain that, but nonetheless, I'm more so concerned about, how can we change the mindsets of people, right? How can we change this ignorance? First of all, you got to understand that ignorance is just going to be out there in the world. It's just evil in the world. It's just people out there that's just going to be stuck and you can't change nothing they talking about because they already stuck in their ways and you ain't got to be concerned about them because they already stuck in what they doing, right? Best you can do is pray for them, keep it moving, right? But In reality, what you want to do is you want to keep, you want to keep God's laws under control. You want to keep, you want to keep righteousness right. If you don't believe in the commandments or laws God gave you, then you at least want to do right. You definitely want to treat people the way you want to be treated. Because I tell you what, you don't want nobody to kill your kid or your grandma. I tell you that. You don't want your grandmother to go to the grocery store while she going there, and then you gotta find out she got killed because somebody drove 200 miles just to take her out. You don't want to sit there and send your child to school and then come to find out some jerk that went up there and just killed all sorts of kids for no reason because your kid just wanted recess. You was about to take them some lunch or something. You know what I'm saying? These are kids, man. They don't even know what's going on. And now on top of that, you know how many kids are. So now you talking about mental health, and if mental health starts at a young age, and we always traumatized from a young age because that's what happened. We got traumatized young. It stayed in us. We didn't know how to get it out. And then further in our life, they said, man, damn, you probably should have had some therapy or something. And then you get therapy and you like, well, damn, I'm kind of cool. But the kids seeing that trauma now, they ain't even got no way out from that. There's some kids don't ever want to go back to school off just coming off the mask. They probably had some people that died. They can't even, they brain ain't even putting this together. Like, why my people, my friends is dying and they got to deal with that. I feel for them kids like that. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? They don't know, they ain't got no answers. They ain't got no answers. And adults ain't got no answers for the kids, man. You know? How you explain to your kid, they mom, dad, if somebody go come to my school and get me, you like, damn, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And how can you ensure them or guarantee them safety? So now they don't even want to go to school. I don't know if that's the real, but I can imagine that could be some mindset of some kids in some households where some kids may be struggling to even go back. Like I said, I remember the Columbine thing. I think they might have been down for about a week. It was tight for some kids to go back. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I could imagine something like that. But we getting killed at the grocery store. We getting killed outside by the police, by traffic stops. We getting putting a knee on your neck, pulling you over, by any means, and doing whatever traffic violation they want on you instead of just taking you to jail and you having your day in court like everybody else should. But now you know what? I want to take you out, brother, because we hunting your kind. I don't like your kind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I want y'all up out here. That's how we get done. It's like, damn, that's sad. You get killed in church. You can't even go to church and praise the Lord or believe in whatever religion you believe in because they going in church. They sitting there while you closing your eyes and praying to God. They pulling out them guns and weighing you down. That's crazy. That's crazy. And not only that, man, I just don't have no words. I just don't have no words. I just don't even know what to say. And just, like I said, my heart just goes out to the people that's involved in all of these crazy acts. These people shouldn't have to go through that. So my heart goes out to those people and the families involved. My heart goes out to the cities that's involved and the lives that's affected. I'm just trying to ask a question on how do we become better human beings? It's the elders, it's the youth, and then who? Like, who next, man? Because we killing each other all the time for no reason. No reason at all. Because of a little, what, quote unquote, disrespect. You felt that disrespect. Your pride is that high where you can't have a conversation with somebody and then you come to a disagreement. You can agree to disagree and then just go your separate way. It gotta really come to the strap in a duel and we gotta cut each other necks off, man. That's where we at with it. These are the type of violent acts that we just do that we just okay with. And we see these all the time. But we don't react until it get real tragic when it start happening to kids. That's unfortunate. It shouldn't happen to nobody. And the simple fact that these kids have to wake up and don't know what's going on. Parents are still waiting to hear information. They don't even know about their kids. Numbers is going up. Numbers are all around. The anxiety of just sitting back, waiting to even see what's going on. It's like the anxiety of waiting after 9/11 to wait and see if your loved one was in the rebel. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you don't know what's going on. I'm waiting. I'm trying to hear something. I feel for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish that upon nobody. I don't want nobody to feel like that. And they didn't have to feel like that because somebody made them feel like that. Somebody made them feel like that because they said, you know what, I want to go get some revenge. Now, this seems to be a Mexican guy. Came out there and killed some kids. And what was that all over? Territory, war, or what? Like, what's the message? You know what I'm saying? There ain't no message to kill kids. That's the point. There ain't no message to kill no elders. There ain't no message to kill nobody. What's the message? Because they gone. They can't speak for themselves. That's sad. I hurt. I pain for that. You know? And that's not cool. And justice has to be uh held at a high rate for these type of things. Now this man got served right on the spot, so you don't get no day in court. He got his day right there. However, uh, the guy that killed the elders, Buffalo man, he got to get his day. And he got to sit up in there and think about that long time, man. Uh, cop that killed George Floyd, you gotta get some time. Cop that killed Patrick in Michigan, you gotta get some time, bro. Matter of fact, that's still paining me. Now, see, that was April 4th that happened. And that's a traffic stop. Oh, this brother got this and that going on with him. All right, man. But look, arrest the brother, take him down, and then let that be that, bro. You know, and then people say, well, you should never struggle and argue and fight with the police, right? Okay, cool. So I didn't get to see the visual on the police picking up my man from the Buffalo situation, right? So when he killed everybody in there, all our elders in there, and the police came, was he just on his knees with his hands to the back of his head like this and just waiting for the police to come in there? Because the visual that you get, they look like they had him all tucking, looked like they want to take him to McDonald's too, like they did Dylan Roof. Okay, that's what's going on out here. So what I'm trying to ask in Rittenhouse, I remember Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse had the gun, 17-year-old boy out there at the rallies. You know what I'm saying? He want to stand in for the black people. He want to represent too. So I want to go out there and rally. But you know, he ended up killing 3 people. Damn, they wasn't even black. They was 3 people. He killed 3 white people. Damn, right there on the spot. You know what happened? He got off on self-defense. How was that? Damn. What Rittenhouse told me is that now, hold up, I can pull up to the scene, right? You can pull up to the scene with your assault rifle or shotgun or your gun and have be proper, everything be legit, be proper, have it pointed to the ground, not pointed at anybody. And the minute somebody raises a weapon at you and you felt in danger or felt like somebody around you was in danger, you could shoot. That's what Rittenhouse told me. That's what Rittenhouse did. He felt seen somebody pull a gun at him and he shot in self-defense and killed 3 people. Now you know damn well if I'd have pulled a gun and shot anybody by the time police got there and see me with any type of weapon, I'd have been dead on the scene, man. Come on, man. We playing these games like things is different, but they saying, oh, like, well, you submitted yourself to the police or you gave it to nah, ain't none of that happening, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of African Americans they gave themselves up to the police too, and they didn't even have no gun and still got killed. They was supposed to have weapons and stuff. They ain't had no weapon. You know what I'm saying? Oh, looked like he had a gun. Oops, it was a cell phone. Damn, my man. Oh, you selling CDs? Oh man, damn. Oh, it's a traffic stop. Oh, it was because of my gun slipped. Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't see what cops kill white people too. They kill all races, but I'm talking about I seen the hunt on for that black skin, bro. That's what that is, bro. And ain't nothing you can tell me any different. And you can't tell me nothing, no different. I done seen plenty of videos of people of other races cussing out the police, cussing them out. Yeah, and then police tell them, "Yeah, sir, you better calm down." And I don't see videos with black people cussing out police. You know what? They ain't live, or they got beat severely, or the situation changed real fast. Oh man, the magnitude of the things that changed in that. But you know, again, when the police ask you to do something, comply. And then I think about God said, you know what? Follow the laws of the land. All right, cool. So, and I get pulled over, and let me see what I get pulled over for. All right, cool. I got my lights wrist. I'm already ready for you. Here you go, bro. Boom, look you in the face. Boom, cool. All right, here, you ain't gotta be scared, man. Here you go. All right, sir, step out the car. You got some. Okay, man. I guess. All right, man. Step out the car, man. Hey, had the bail money ready, everything. Step out, do what you do. Hey, handle everything later. Because in the eyes of the law, if you all legit like you claim you legit in the eyes of the law, if you legit like you say you're supposed to be legit, then everything go work itself out when you get your day in court, because that's how the law is set up to be worked, right? But in our mind, we like, I ain't even trying to go to the courtroom. Why we even need to go there? We just be good here, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, don't, do all that. You be good next time, man. Or write me my ticket and I cash out and be done. You want me to go to court, spend money, get a lawyer, all that, have a record, be in the books, all this other type of stuff that ties you to a system, right? And that's a further conversation of things of this land when you get tied into it like that. But just on the surface level, now you got a record, and now you can be pulled for all type of things. 3 strikes, adjustment, you have things planning on you, just all type of unnecessary things that you shouldn't have to deal with, man. And it's unfortunate that we go through these type of things at a high rate, and it's unfortunate that these things were strategically put out there in place for us to not be successful, because these type of things here are the type of things that keep you from growth, right? Because when you're growing and you tapping into who you supposed to be out here in life, right? And you tapping into, your God self. You tapping into the person God made you. You tapping in to the strength God gave you and the abilities that He gave you, and you following things right. You begin to see that things change. You don't see things change because some human in society is giving you a chance and opportunity and it look good. Yeah, these type of things happen all the time. Like, people get good opportunities, everything that shine and gold, everything that is good ain't necessarily good for you, right? So you gotta always keep that in mind. I don't really think we keep that in mind. We just try to do what we think is best at the time, and we don't really see it all the way through. We only see it with a bird's eye view, but the bird ain't in the air, so we on the ground looking with a bird eye and really can't see too far, right? So you gotta get a little air a little bit, which means you gotta learn, which means time. What I'm talking about, are you grabbing it? What I'm saying is you gotta have patience, right? You can't just be quick into things. You gotta let things build up and structure it. See, people expect you to be a ready-made situation when nobody's ready-made. None of us have a manuscript on the perfect human being to be for whoever. All we have is what our parents have shown us or what we was influenced by as adolescents, and then we grew up. We got our own thing that we like mixed with what the world has already given us, that give us our who we are, right? But the reality is all that is kind of trash, because what we really been seeing through life is just somebody else's thing. So that's when you ask a person, what do you like to do? What do you want to do? They sit there and they couldn't tell you. They don't know. If you give a person $100 million and say, "Here's $100 million, what you gonna do with it?" They scratch their head. They don't really know. They say, "You know what?" They probably usually say, "You know what? I'm a take care of my family. I'm gonna get some stuff. I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna really invest. I'm gonna really." And then you be like, "What you gonna invest in?" Oh, different type of stocks. What stocks? You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, when you got a plan, you already know. Here's the difference. Hey, sir, what are you gonna do with 100 million? Oh, okay. If I have $100 million, actually, three investments are already ready to go. It's an investment building over here that has a so and so. You like, well, damn, brother, you okay? Yeah, here's that. We want to see that. Versus, I don't know. I just know I got money now. And then you see with that, what you go do is you go blow that, go to the strip clubs, buy cars, and then next year you ain't got nothing. And it's all over. And you like, well, damn. Didn't nobody show me how to invest nothing. Didn't nobody show me how to get nothing. It was just all greed. That's what we do. We sit here and we work hard, we get all the money, and then we go buy all these materialistic things, and we walk past all the people that's less fortunate, don't have anything. We don't put nothing up for rainy days, and we're not honest with ourselves. We sit here and what we do is we think we got it. Then the ones who got it right, the ones who got it, they doing well, right? The ones who got it and do it well tell you the same story. I got it out the mud. I grinded hard. You can't tell me I ain't grinding hard. I did it on my own. Meanwhile, it was a team behind them, and other people gave them opportunities for them to walk through the door, right? Because everybody got to start somewhere. And then the high horse situation act like they ain't ever start from nowhere, right? So there's a starting place for everybody, right? But the thing is, what do you do with your opportunity, right? With your opportunity, you should be putting the best foot forward at all times. But it's a little bit hard to do that when you get into a situation and you feel like someone is putting the pressure on you and you don't feel like you accept it. For instance, when you have a new job and you're the new person on job, and then everybody giving you that new person energy when you know that you're capable of doing the job. And then once you show that you're capable of doing the job, the people like, oh, he the homie, he cool, he doing. Oh, but it's now that you can see my works, right? Because you got to show a person. Like I said, you can't. People want us ready, man. You got to show the development, man. If I'm sitting here telling you, hey, I'm a millionaire, you want to see the bank account, you want to see the works. You know what I'm saying? You want to see the power and access. People want to see the power and access because they want power and access. See, people will show you what they want. You won't have to say anything. You don't even have to ask because they'll, you know, put themselves around certain things. And I told you, usually it's about money. People are usually financially driven, but on the inside, they say, I'm people driven. I'm doing for my family. I'm doing for my peoples. But then when them people do you dirty, when they usually use that big word loyalty is usually a big word. And people, I like to call it faithfulness, right? Because when you're really faithful to a person, you're not going to ride on them regardless. You just locking it in. The loyalty thing comes from, I don't know, something different, man. It sounds like respect. Like respect is already given, right? Respect is given. They say you gotta earn respect in the streets. How can I earn something that's already given? Because I don't know nobody that walk around wanting to be disrespected. So therefore, a respect is already a given thing, right? So that goes without saying, man. You know what I mean? But then again, I don't know what's disrespectful until a person tell you that hey man, what you did was disrespectful. I don't like that. And then if I proceeded to do that same thing, then I was disrespectful. But the problem on the other end of that spectrum is now it's consequences behind my actions. And unfortunately, I can't say what the consequences are going to be depending on the action that I gave. So that's why you should always be mindful about what you say and be thoughtful about the people that's in the room. And if you can't speak life and positive energy to the people around you, then what you saying, you should probably keep to yourself. Those are easy ways to just not have yourself in those type of situations where somebody want to just kill you or fight you or extort you or do anything wrong to you, because people run their mouths, hey man, I know so and so, oh, so and so, okay, call him up so we can go, people always want to throw name drops and I mean, but it's all cool, right? Hey, live your life. And that's why we got people running inside elementary schools killing kids, right? How is that happening? No security, you know what I'm saying? What's going on, man? Like, I'm just not understanding these things. Where's the security? Where's the security? Like, everybody should have armed guards at these places now. It should be armed guards at Walmart. It's armed guards at school. It's armed guards at airports, basketball arenas, football games, all of that. You know what you can do? Honestly, since they don't want that, since they act like they don't want to give the veterans no bag, you can set all the veterans up with the strap, and you had the veterans be doing the security at these spots. And then you tie them into the money that they supposed to be getting. You know what I'm saying? Make that expedite that money to them and have them out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ask them because the only people that can have these guns legally, right, are the people that have already been certified. So they already been through all the gun situation and work, so they can have it. They know they can. This ain't just no rookie out here saying, "Hey man, I want to be security. I can just hold the strap." No, we got people that's been out here in the war, brother. You know what I'm saying? So when when the jokers run up, we got some real heavy hitters out here that's gonna take that thing down. We ain't even worried about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's unfortunate. You shouldn't have to have that. But that's what we living in right now, it seems. And that message got to be sent like that, because I guarantee you, if we was living in the world like they was living in the Bible, and you sat up here and killed the man and then they cut your head off, I think you would think different about going out there and creating homicide. And in fact, you should just be lucky to be over here living in the United States getting away with something like that. But because in other countries, it go down like that. So you gotta realize how fortunate you are to even do some ignorant stuff. Because in other countries, they don't even fly like that. They say it's the freest country over here, but why all these shootings and killings be happening? All last time I checked, I ain't heard of no Canadian school shooting. I ain't heard of no Canadian mass shooting. I don't know. I gotta check my phone and go look at it. But I mean, the news ain't coming down here and hit me and popping up on my phone like, oh, it's the Canadian school shooting. You see what I'm saying? I don't even know if it's the Mexican school shooting. Now, I've heard of the Mexican cartel. I've heard cartel shootings, things like that. But again, that's a whole nother department there. That's not going inside of a school singling out kids from freaking 5 to, I don't know, how old are you in elementary school, fam? 5 to 11, yo. Like, yo, what is going on here? That just hurts me. It really does. It really does. And I don't even have kids. That's what I'm saying. I got nieces and nephews, and thinking of my great nieces and nephews, going to class and going to school, and having my nieces and nephews fear that they kids is in a situation like that, just feeling that pain. Like I'm saying, like I said, thinking about the parents of this situation, like, damn, like, man, I just sent my kid to school just to get education, fam. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Like, so are we that? So is that the move? So is that the move? Do you push everybody to sit home and homeschool your kid? Now, well, homeschooling your kid, now, how much educational value does the parent really hold? Because now, when you homeschool your kid, you gotta make sure you an adult with a little bit of education yourself. You can't be out here homeschooling your kid and then you don't know one plus one. You feel me? So, you know, what's the next move? All right, so we at home. We training them up at home. All right, so training them up at home. At home is really supposed to be the best training that you get, because you're supposed to be prepared for the outside world. What you learn at home is supposed to develop you for life. If I'm learning ignorant stuff in my house, and I'm more subject to take those things outside in the world. If I'm learning proper structure in my house, then I'm subject to take those proper structures into the outside world, and more so use those in situations where they fit better than to allow my peers attack me, because that's what's happening. And that's what happens. And I know it happens because it happened to me, and it keeps happening to kids all over the globe. You get peer pressure. That's why they call it that, peer pressure, right? And it's your peers that usually lay the best pressure on you. Now, this the pressure that mom and dad don't know about. because you ain't really trying to tell mom and dad. You ain't really trying to tell nobody because what? You don't want to look, you know, soft, afraid, or you don't want to look no type of way. You want to handle it yourself. All this stuff goes through a mind, right? And you get hit with this scenario and then it's tearing you up and you can't do nothing about it. You might be getting your lunch meat, your lunch taken, your lunch money taken. Hey, I done had sand put in my sand box. I mean my lunch box, all that type of stuff. Lunch taken out of my box where I had to go put the lunch in the office now because people keep coming into the lunch box. And all they ever do is leave the sandwich. You know what I'm saying? So they take my juice, they take the dango chips and the cookies. You know what I'm saying? And leave me with the sandwich with the mayo all smashed into the bag with the bologna hanging out. I'm like, come on, bro. You could have took that. So now I gotta go over here to the hot lunch line, and then you gotta get one of those hot lunches. And you know what's the crazy thing about those hot lunches is they provided by the school when you get on that program, but it ain't provided to just all students, right? So now these things are kind of forced. So now you didn't get your meal for the day, and you try to go over there and get one of those, and now they kind of sneak it to you or slide it to you. So this is the world we living in. Now this is when I was in school, right? Now 9 times out of 10, one of the adults, man, looked out and was like, yeah, y'all go ahead and get y'all a little something, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get y'all a little pocket pizza. Go ahead and get you a little extra burrito or something, you know what I mean? With everybody going, you got to find that little spot to slide in to get what you need, right? But what I'm saying is, when it's a kid in need that don't have, it shouldn't be no hesitation to say, here, let me tighten you up. I noticed that you didn't eat today. There should be some adults and parents that step in and but I would hope that when I have kids, and you know what, God forbid I mistake and didn't get my kid a lunch today. I'm sorry, my bad. Pops was in a rush, moms was in the rush, and we got you in there, and everybody eating, and then they look at my kid like, dang, you ain't offer my kid no food or something, man. You didn't tell my kid, you know what I'm saying? So now you upset. I already feel it now. Like, yo, you sat there for a whole time and knew a child was in your face and you didn't offer the kid nothing to eat, fam. This how we doing. This the school that I got my kid going through. You looking for the principal, the administrator, staff, and all this other type of stuff. When the reality of it was you sent your child to school with no food. So really the ultimate person to blame is you. And that hurt, right? Because you don't want to admit that. That's that pride. That's what I'm saying. You gotta let that go and get that aside and really understand and plan to do things appropriately, because if we was on top of our game, then the kid would have had what they needed. We wouldn't have had to go through that struggle at school, right? But in the instance where, let's say, our kid gave it to somebody else, you know what I'm saying? Your kid gave it a good deed up. You had a lunch, you know what? I gave the assist to somebody else. Like, I'm good. I eat when I get home, right? There's been situations that I've had in my life where I've done that. I've gave my lunch and still went without eating. So I gotta believe that type of stuff is still happening today. But I don't know what type of level it's happening on, but I gotta believe it's happening on, right? And then while that's happening on, while we in the lunchroom and we getting it, bullets is flying through the wall. Nah, man, we ain't doing that. That's what we doing. No, I can't let that go. That's what we doing. Kids are getting killed in school. Are we understanding what's going on here? All right. Now this is a short time after our elders just got slayed going to the grocery store. Right after some time of random people got hit in the subway in New York, just randomly down there, and then a random house party in Pittsburgh, people just shooting at people, random downtown spot in Sacramento, just what was going on with the world? Because we all forgot when everybody got sat down and pushed and forced in the house. Didn't nobody know what to do, so everything was quiet. And we forgot how vicious the world really was and really is. And the truth is, don't nobody give a damn about you. Don't nobody give a damn about you or what you do, say, or your opinions or nothing. Like, if it don't involve them directly, they don't care. And that's how people move and operate. And you can see it walking in any public facility restroom. You can see it immediately walking in any public facility restroom. You're gonna see all type of things in there, and these are the so-called the adults that we are. But these is how we leave public facilities, right? When you was in school and you got them new books, I remember when we was in school, we got the brand new books, right? And you wanted to keep them edges right, so you had to put the book cover on them joints, man, because you didn't want them edges to get did it. I remember, man, you wanted the book with the sharp edges, man, and books with the little lines. They would cut it, man. You get a book, you know what I'm saying? That had a little something like this on here. You know what I mean? Look a little rough edges. You like, nah, man. I want the the sharp straight one, man. But the point is, when you see the new, you want the new. But as long as those old books was there and they told you to go get a book, you ain't had no problem with going to get that book because the information in the book don't change. You worried about how the book, the presentation of how it's coming to you. And that's what we do. We worry about things because of the presentation of how it looked, but we never got into the inside of it and even seen what it was. We don't even know what it is because we going on value about what somebody else done said because somebody else done gave us some game. It sound like, oh, it's a good move here. Man, it ain't none of that. It's your fantasy. It's whatever you making up or whatever you think it is in your brain. But I tell you one thing, if this a man situation here, man, you gotta men, you gotta do you have to be the head of that house, not no neck, head. Just if you cut this my neck off my neck, my head go roll right here. It's still gonna be a head. See, a head of the house. That's what you gotta be, man. And trust me, a woman wanna get behind that, but they ain't getting behind no bullshit. Wow. Put the logic behind that. Why will a person follow you to bullshit? You leading me to slaughter, and you want me to follow you. But here's the thing: when you stand on your two, you be a man. You show what a man is, because a woman can't tell a man what a man is. A man can't tell a woman what a woman is, but God can. They showed you that in the Bible what that should be. But now we on the reality of just being in the household. What I'm doing is honoring you. I said this a long time before. If you in a relationship, y'all should be beating each other to uplift each other. Instead, we wake up with an attitude of some sort or some type of demand like, yo, I hope you got breakfast cooked or I need a quick release in the morning or something like that. But we don't wake up on each side like, man, I want to make you the happiest person today. What can I do to just make you glow? And then knowing that before you left that bed, the glow was so shining so bright over the room that you damn near floated out the bed because your feet didn't even hit the floor because y'all was just so vibed up. And now that's resonate with the kids. The kids see it, they happy. Oh, mom and dad, high five. Yeah, it's a good vibe in the house. But now you wake up, oh, I hate you putting this all rough energy in. Oh, man, that's changing the thing, right? When we get hit with bills, right? Because we know the finances, that's what really changed things, right? Finances, right? But I always say, if you can't live with me in a box, then what we doing? Because when the finances get stripped, you gotta think about it. You could go to work today and they tell you we shut this thing down. Now I done seen people go to work and have the notice right on the door. Sorry, we have shut this business down today. Further notice for blah blah blah. Damn. Anybody call me and tell me we wasn't supposed to be here? You know what I'm saying? I done seen that for people. You know what I'm saying? So that exists. That happens. They don't have to give you notice. They don't always tell you notice. But in the meantime, you was getting a check. Now you gotta go figure out where to get another one at. So what I'm saying is, when you lose one job, now you gotta figure out another one. That hustle don't come fast enough. Now it's a judgment laying up on you. Now that pressure laying up on you. Like, bro, you gotta provide. You gotta do something. But what I'm saying is, look, you still gotta have, you still gotta have, you still gotta have God first. You still gotta have that ground first, right? That's what we should be doing. Now, do it get done? Nah, right? Probably don't get done. But just try something like that. Beat your mate to excite them, to make them happy, to put life into them. Beat your child to put life into them. Not physically beat your child, but beat as a race. Beat beat them to the punch. You know what I'm saying? Hey, It only uplifts the house. It only uplifts you. Beat the people around you. Make them happy before they can make you happy, because you got to be the light in the room. So when everybody dark, looking like, oh man, it's a bad day, and you having a bad day, when you get in that room, you gotta realize it's lit up because you there now. And that's what's going on. And so what I need to understand is, uh well, I guess I don't need to understand it. It's not for me to understand. I'll never understand why, corrupt people think the way they think, why people think it's okay to go out here and create, random attacks on, elders and kids. That's never okay. It's never a safe thing to do. And, these type of people should just be eliminated. They shouldn't even get a chance to say nothing. Just put them in a box and leave them there and let them rot out. You know what I'm saying? They don't get to speak. They don't get to do nothing else, because that's just foolish. And that type of thing is not nothing that we could be doing in our community. We supposed to be uplifting and unifying. How we go unify when people taking our people out? How is it? What is there to unify when you taking out my kid? I don't want to do nothing but kill at this point. And now somebody got to talk a person down from that. Like, how you gonna talk a person down from taking out their kid when the kid is supposed to be so innocent and the kid didn't even do anything? So now you got to deal with double raise. Look at the chain reaction and trigger thing that this done already set off when people already feeling grieved. That's not fair. That's not right. But then, life is not fair, right? They say life is not fair. So what you supposed to do? What's honorable and what's just? Okay, so they tell you got the right to bear arms. So now, but then in certain places you can't carry a gun. So you can't be ready at all times. What am I supposed to be ready with? Like, the teachers can't carry a gun on them. They can't have none on them. Look like they should be able to. But now if a teacher got a gun on them, now what they saying? The older student may be able to get it or something. I don't know. But I'm just saying we gotta start. We gotta change something around here. Metal detectors pre-scanning before you get to the sky. Cause check it out. When you go to them airports, they might have two security checks at the airport. You know what I'm saying? And it's been some things that got through the airport line. And they got the whole machine that tell you what you didn't got in your bag. And people still get things through that they shouldn't get through. So I mean, at some point, just because the security measure of a metal detector is there, we still gotta make sure that the person that's assisting with the metal detector is still doing their job above 100%, because they are the important people. The TSA people watching your luggage go through the screen and check and making sure your hands are up in the air and you ain't got nothing up on you when you going through there, is ensuring your safety, because Lord forbid that all happens and then you get a terminal shooting and you be like, damn, but I thought everybody got checked back there. How did somebody get a gun all the way down here? And that's crazy, right? And now you like, nah, this ain't the move. What are we doing out here? I just can't believe it. Kids, kids, you know, my nephews, nieces, my little cousins. Like, nah, man. I can't even imagine, dog. That's just messed up. You know what I'm saying? Kids and the other people that lost their lives. It just don't make no sense. And like I said, I really don't have words for it. I just feel um hurt about it, man. I feel hurt about that, and I feel hurt about the elders getting killed in Buffalo, man. That hurt, because again, as a child is innocent, an elder person is, hey man, they live they life. They just, hey man, just going to the grocery store trying to get some cook up, man. What's going on? I'm trying to get some food, some produce, and I can't get that. Like, that's what we doing out here, man. We taking out our older people and the kids. So who in between? So is that leaving the people in between is the ones that's creating the crimes or something? Like, what's going on with the people in between, right? Because this age group got to get together, man. What's going on? What age groups is going on here creating these heinous acts? This man is 18 years old, man. We still getting these these teens, man. So if I'm that's 20 years behind. That's two decades worth of stuff happening, and no one has an answer. Uh, post 9/11, these crazy, heinous acts of crime just still seem to keep happening. And I'm trying to ask why. Any answers? I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I really don't. But what I will say is, I'm James, but I just think different podcasts, man. And I appreciate y'all for coming by, stopping by, kicking it with me, man, as I sit here and discuss episode 29, man. The elders, the youth, and the next is, I don't know, maybe your kin, your friend, hopefully nobody, because we don't want to see nobody else in and go. But we do realize life happens and unfortunate things happen, man. But hey, man, it's just getting a little tiring out here, you know. A little tiring out here, and I'm tired of seeing these type of acts happen. Unfortunately, um, they on the rise though. Like I've said before, I don't know how I be knowing these type of things and feeling these type of things, but throughout history, you can check around April and May, man, these random shootings start revving up, and then we heading up going into Jason, man. Jason is July to November. I say those are the toughest 5 months of the year. The most things happen in those 5 months. As you can see all the time, it kicked right off with Independence Day, man. You know, that's when the whole country is founded, and then it ends with the Thanksgiving going into the cold is December, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's a lot of things going on there in the adjacent period, and through that time, it's a lot of criminal, a lot of high crime, mass attack type things that's to happen in those 5 months, you know? So every year is just jam packed. You go look it up through history, and look up through July through November, the craziest things, and then all the holidays that's in between that as well. We get 2 holidays with 3 holidays in there. We get we will know 4 holidays. They get yeah. It's just all type of holidays, and you get a Halloween, which ain't a real holiday, but you get a Halloween. You get what's that? Memorial? No, you get Memorial Day. No, and that's coming up. You get Labor Day, so you get Labor Day in that. You get uh 9/11 in that. You get Thanksgiving in that, and you get the 4th of July in that. That's just a couple major holidays, just all in Jason. You know what I mean? And the origins of the holidays and what they mean, you know, you see how they coincide to the country and how the country was established from, you know, the people who set this up, you know. And a lot of people was already over here, and then a lot of people came over here in the 1400s, and then they came in the 1500s, and they've been coming, and now we here. But they ain't gonna give you no sorry for what happened in the past. They ain't gonna give you no sorry for your ancestors out there picking some cotton and getting whipped. You feel me? You're not gonna get your 40 acres and your mule. No, you are not gonna get your 40 acres and no mule. But what they will do for you is they'll say, man, we open up a couple rec states for you, and we make sure that y'all can blow a little some, because we take away affirmative action. Y'all don't need that. Nah, y'all don't need that. We don't need no firm action. Hey, matter of fact, hey, we start taking away voting laws, and right, we take away some things for y'all because y'all don't really need them, right? Y'all don't need those. Nah. Yeah, see, that's what they do. You know, we don't even get wrote into the full existence of a man. You're not even a full man. You just make you any type of way, man. So that's how they do the black man over here. And then the terms and everything and what it means as far as this country pertains to it, not what the meaning is, because we know black is a shade and white is a shade. It's not as a real thing, but as far as this country is concerned, it represents something legally over here in this country, as far as a whole new different uh point. Right? And I ain't talking about what you see on the application. There's a deeper meaning behind that. Why you think you always ask to check one of them boxes that's on the application? Yeah, you believe that it's just to tell you the separation of the Equal Employer Act that we have at the job, so we could just have everybody work here. Nah, that all means something. And that all places you into a box of something. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you are part of the data box and you know your tribe and everything. But then you got different people that's filing for sovereignty and can get sovereignty over land. I mean, different type of things are going on. But at the end of the day, how do you interact with people is what I'm interested with. What are you doing in the neighborhoods and the communities is what I'm interested with. What impact do you have on the direct people that you see on a daily basis is what I'm concerned with. That's what I want to know. Because if we all had each other back and we was all out here having our hand in the pot, ensuring that we all we got, then things would change effectively immediately. But what we want to do is not really be involved fully because why am I I ain't really, what, who are you to tell me being well, you got that mindset, right? But again, when it come knocking at your door, things change and people have a different outlook on it. So I suggest getting the house in order and having the house structured. Okay, James, how you do that? Because most houses are broken. Well, to start a house, then you gotta have the parents involved, right? So before you a parent, that means you did something to become a parent. Well, apparently you need to think about that stage before you cross over to that stage, right? Because that stage could lead you down some paths that you may not be prepared for, right? And then some situations you could be in a situation, and your kid could get aborted. Man, it had nothing to do with you. And then you as a man, you gotta sit there and wonder why your kids got aborted because you might want to be a father. You might want to raise your kids. But guess what? The woman said, you know what, this is my body, bro. So you know what? No go. I don't want none of that. And I'm finna get this thing up out of me. And so, hey man, I'm sorry, brother. You gotta eat that. But at the same time, if you a brother that say, you know what, I know I got you pregnant, but I ain't ready for no kid. I don't think I want to do that. That ain't nothing I want to do right now. And they go have a kid, and guess what? That ass getting hit with that child support. Yes, sir. You gonna get hit with that, and they go tell you that's called taking care of your responsibilities. You know what else was a responsibility? To have protection before you was having sex. You know what else was a responsibility? Not falling into the pretenses of having premarital sex. So therefore, damn, if you wasn't having premarital sex, you wouldn't have to worry about that kid now, would you? But if you was married and you had that kid, oh, that's about we starting a fam, baby. Yeah. Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah. That's what you want, right? That's what people want. They want the fam bam, right? We want the family, right? We want to build something. We want to leave something behind. We want our legacy. We want growth. If you don't want growth, at least be happy for somebody else growth that wants that type of family, that wants that type of lifestyle. Just want to go out here and create nations. You know what I'm saying? Create some little kids. Because again, that's what it's about. But then when you see things that happen today, it make you feel a little different. And see, that's some things people don't talk about, right? You want to have kids, you want to bring kids into the world, and you want to be a great father or a mother. But then you say, man, I'm not sure if I want to have kids because I don't want to raise my kid in this type of world and environment that we live in. There's some people out there that's thinking like that too. So what are they supposed to do, right? You think about it, you like, damn, I got a kid and I'm raising my kid in this world right now, and now I gotta explain to my kids some things that I'm really not prepared to explain to my kids. Like you gotta explain to your kids now different nouns and pronouns now. Different type of nouns and pronouns, right? Now you gotta explain to your kid why, you know, people are continuously getting shot in school. You gotta explain to your kids why older people are dying at a high rate. You gotta explain to your kid why they can watch live on TV a police officer kill a black man. You can watch a police, killed black men on TV. They show it. Police. Yep. They had one happen in April. Yep. In Michigan, Grand Rapids. Yep. And he put a gun right to the back of his head. Boom, shot him. And instead of the handcuffs when you had a brother on the ground, regardless of what the brother was doing, he wasn't doing too much. Well, he didn't knock you out, lay you out. Where's the backup, brother? You could have called some backup, brother. Didn't have to lose his life like that, man. And like I said, they tell you, hey, when the police pull up, hey, be on your best behavior. So again, think about that. Now it's already a fear going through your mind that the police is already riding on you. And now you told to be a good boy. When you get put over by these people, be a good boy and you do what you told. Meanwhile, you already got the anxiety of they hate me. They don't want to be around me. They don't know me. They trying to plot on me. They getting me. So the anxiety don't make things feel no better. And now you got anxiety. They got anxiety. So now everybody out here scared and ain't nobody doing their job. And doing your job, well, if you feel scared, my brother, then you should have called for some backup. On the flip side of that, yeah, you should be doing what you told by the police. I mean, if they got their cams and stuff on, everything's supposed to work. But here's the thing, they be turning them off. And then now you don't hear nothing about the footage. And now you gotta wait several months and you ain't seen no footage and you ain't gonna get no footage. And then the footage you get is manipulated and you're not gonna get no non-edited footage. You're gonna always get edited footage because now they got the one up. They ain't gonna give you no one up, and now you gotta sell for a civil suit or something like that. Now you gotta go back outside and get to riding and be mad again. Meanwhile, they can kill you and get away with it. It's almost like Free Black Men Killing Association or something, man. You know what I'm saying? And they doing it at an alarming rate. Go look at the statistics. I ain't gotta pull them up. I mean, I could pull them up if you want me to pull them up, but hey, Google search these statistics. Google search the rate at how police are killing black men. Look at that, and it'll blow you away. Also, look at how much black people spend in money. Spend about 1.4 to 6 trillion dollars. Okay, so where's all that money going? So if black people, I ain't seen a trillionaire yet. I ain't seen a trillionaire. They may exist, but I haven't seen one. So if we spending that much money, then there should be that many more black millionaires because that money should be going into their pockets, right? And boosting that economy up. Sort of like Black Wall Street when they had that back in 1920s over in Oklahoma when they smashed that thing down from the ground attack and the air attack. Now you can go research that too. That's real facts. When you out here thriving, doing their own thing, they came and smashed that down. When you try to rise up against them, they smashed that thing down. When the Panthers came out here, they took that thing down. Huey and them took him out. You know what I'm saying? Garvey and them took him out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, anybody that revolutionized Martin Luther King, man, take these people out, dog. We can't have nobody out here telling y'all that, yo, you need to change and this is the move because guess what? Y'all too powerful. So powerful that we gotta drive miles to take y'all out to make you feel away. And then we go drive some more miles and take kids out because we know that melanated skin don't mean nothing. We go take the kids out because we don't need to see it. What? What? That's what's going on, man. That's what we witnessing in real time. This don't make no sense, man. This don't make no sense. So, like I said, man, uh heart goes out to all the families and people involved in that situation there. I pain and mourn for the people involved in that. I also ask, what do you do? What do you do? Yeah, you pray. You definitely pray. You definitely find God and keep God first. But the problem is people don't know how to find that. Like you want to hear about God and religious things after that, and that's normally a good place to go when tragedy strikes. But a lot of times people don't be wanting to hear that. They be done. I don't want to hear that, right? So because people want immediate. I'm just keeping it real. People want that immediate gratitude and gratification. Like I don't want to hear that, right? But the reality is, though, you do gotta keep God first, and you gotta go to Him for the answers and the direction. You also got to keep, what He's saying true. I mean, that's just what it is, and the more you keep that, the more things will balance out and be cool for you. But see, again, we humans, we do what we want. We feel a little conviction to still go do it. You know what I'm saying? Feel like you run up to that person that excuse me, that you're not supposed to be messing with, and you still mess with them anyway, unprotectedly, and then things happen, and now, hey, I ain't got no words. You just like, oh man, I got a bad baby mama or a bad baby daddy because they ain't doing nothing right. But you had your legs open for one night, and y'all did something and probably shouldn't have been doing it at all. And then if it happened, then you probably should have just got married. You know, but I don't want to get married to that. This was just a one night stand. I shouldn't. But you shouldn't have been staying for the night. You shouldn't have been staying at all. You shouldn't have been staying no time. No insert of nothing. You see what I'm saying? Only thing could have been inserted at that particular thing was time. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Well, we ain't thinking like that, but you think like that if it's somebody doing that to your daughter. You think like that somebody doing that to your son at a young age. Oh yeah. So let them be 12, 13 years old. All these type of things going on. Let them be 12, 13 years old and some 20-year-old sending them pictures and all type of stuff. Oh yeah, it get real turned up, right? But oh no, once you in the right mind, you and your age doing it's all different till you get caught, right? That's the lust thing. That's what I'm saying. You don't even know how it happened. It just be hitting you, and then you get to talking to people you ain't know you. I don't what's you can't even answer. It just happened. Now you caught up in lies. See, it's pointless. That's why you don't cheat, and that's why you don't lie to people, and that's why you don't gas people. That's why people always ask for you to be a buck, and you say, "Man, I'm keeping it a buck," but then you get caught up. Now you look like a contradictory buck. So what type of buck are you? You know what I'm saying? That's not a good buck. you know, People want the real, but then they just looking at reels. They not keeping it real. They looking at them all on TikTok. What started with kids, and all of a sudden they got grown ass adults doing everything on there, and the kids really still can't even have nothing, and they can't even go to school. That's what they can't have either. They can't have a good education in this country. A child cannot get a good education in a safe environment. You cannot go to school safely. It's been way too many school shootings in this country. All right. And there has been no answer. There ain't been no new different technology, metal detectors, or any type of new anything, right? Because our youth is still passing away at a high rate from ignorance, from bullets, from attacks, mass murder. This terror. This is terror on human soil, and they pass it off like it ain't. Pass it off on mental health, saying people got things wrong with their mindset. Well, shit. A lot of people got things wrong with their mindset, but just because they got something wrong with their mindset, they ain't go buy no gun and walk randomly in the store and just start shooting, targeting specific people. All right. I ain't gonna get me no gun loaded up. You know what? If I was gonna sit up here and get me any of these type of weapons and artillery and things of this nature, and I said I was gonna plot against a certain race, by the time this podcast ended, they been had somebody knock down my door and been all up on here. But this brother can sit here and write a whole memoir, a whole document, multiple pages on some joint, and say, "Yo, times is changing, man. Yo, I don't like this and that. Nobody see no flag. Chat buddies and everything. Look at it, can see anybody say nothing, right? So all these people guys should be held in some sort of some sort of accountability, man. Because here's the thing: if I put up here now, I feel like killing myself, taking myself out. And if it's people in the chat or people in the live, don't pop in the chat and be like, "Nah, brother, you don't want to do that, man. We want, hey, man." Then this world is all the way gone. And nobody jump in the chat say nothing. You see me live on cam, get a gun, cock it back, put it to my head, and you don't put nothing in the chat. Don't nobody call police. Don't nobody do nothing. People just go sit here and watch and see what happens to the show. That's the type of life we live in. That's the world we living in. Nobody wants to say anything. Everybody just in shock and disbelief, like, oh, I can't believe he doing that. No, get the brother some help. We don't know how to give people help. But we won't help all the time. It's like we don't know how to give people help. How we forget how to give people help? Where they do that at? Right here. This is what we doing. This is how we living our life. We forget to give people help, man, because we act like we don't want it, but we want help when things run. Remember, and white men can't jump. When Wesley, when the apartment got robbed, he going to the apartment and man like, y'all ain't see nothing. Y'all ain't see nothing, huh? But at the same time, bro, you been at the basketball court breaking people pockets, bro. You been bringing thousands through here, bro. You ain't putting nothing in the community. You ain't knock on our door, offer us a Thanksgiving dinner or nothing, man. But so yeah, then people ran in your house, took your stuff. They know you was out there with the bag. They know what you out there doing, boy. That's almost a slap to the people's face. That's almost like, yeah, you ain't humbling, but see, you went on that bag and then you came home. You said, you know what, man? Hey, look, I got a couple catering dinners for people outside, man. I set up a little food booth downstairs. Everybody in the complex, y'all go smash, do whatever y'all, you know what I mean? Oh, okay, that's, you know what I mean? You looking out. Ain't nobody saying you got to do that every time. I said it's the thought, the kind you looked out. So it's less likely for somebody to run up in your spot, even though your spot can still get ran into. I'm just saying it's less likely for it to happen. If somebody gonna do that, they just gonna do that. They ain't got no conscience. They already a demon thinker. They already operating on demon time. And in due time, they gonna have their time and be eliminated. You see what I'm talking about? So you ain't even gotta worry about that type of stuff. But I'm saying if when they on the right time and they can understand, then that's all the while that brings things in a little bit better for the next time. You feel me? So once again, man, this is James with the I Just Think Different podcast. Once again, James with the I Just Think Different podcast, and this is episode 29 here, man. And I'm asking, it's the elders, the youth, and who next? Basically, what's next? Next is what? Next is who? Because they out here killing people. They out here killing our youth. They out here doing all sorts of unnecessary things. And it's like, what can you do about it? What will you do about it? You know? And that's a question you gotta ask yourself. What do you do about it? And I'm saying, you know, I don't know. Only thing I can say is that, structurally in the household gotta be right. You gotta make sure your household is right because what's in the household goes into the world. So what's going into the world is what's structured in your household and what's built, right? But what goes into the world is supposed to know how to act accordingly in the world. But a lot of times things out in the world act a lot blind. And once it's blind, it needs to get direction. And then how you get direction, we get to get told some things and it's uncomfortable and it makes us uncomfortable to hear those type of things. So when you hear uh things like elders getting gunned down just going to the grocery store, when you hear things like kids that can't go to class or are in class and that have to worry about gunfire, those type of things stir up something in you, man, and it just brings out um a different type of emotion, man. And I'm just saddened by this type of event that just keeps on happening, week after week, time after time, year after year. And, I'm kind of tired of seeing these type of things. So again, like I said, I'm asking the questions on what is it can we do? Like, do we need to be, I've heard pre-screens on guns and all this stuff. All that stuff is still pertaining to the guns. But as I expressed earlier in the pod, that it was a school in Pennsylvania where they had also a type of knifing situation. So the school was on lockdown nonetheless, And it seems like these type of things just keep on happening around the clock all the time. So, then that's what I'm trying to figure out is why, you know, why do these things keep happening, and what really can you do about it? And so I figured that what you can do is be at home and make sure that the home is structured appropriately, right? So let's say your home is structured appropriately and everything fits just right in your home, right? So when that is proper and everything is fitting right, then the next thing to do is what? We gotta move on to the next door. The next door. We got spread the knowledge and the structure of how we moving, because we supposed to be moving tribal, supposed to be moving in a unit. They always say it was a village that raises people, but is no one in the village, but just the one. That's why it's the village, because it's the people. So it's taking the people to raise the people. You're not in it by yourself. Yeah, you got the kid by yourself, but you're not raising it by yourself. You're raising it around like-minded people and goal-minded people that have the same goal in mind. And that goal should be, keeping God first and keeping His laws and order intact. Should be learning new things, learning what is the right things to be doing. you know Start there, build the relationship. We want to know who you are, man. You gotta be honest with yourself. When you look in the mirror, we look at ourselves in the mirror and don't know what's going on. Like I said, a lot of times we look in the mirror and we don't even like ourselves. We look in the mirror and we want to make modifications to ourselves because of whatever reason that we feel, right? And these reasons could be some of everything, because don't nobody know the type of the big anxieties and stuff that goes through, you know? So, that's what I would say. Some of the things, you know, that I have seen, you know what I mean? So, that's that. What do you guys think? Where do we go? What's the next move? What do people do? Y'all got any suggestions? All the viewers out there, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that stopped by and checking the show out. I just want to know, man, because like I said, I'm lost. I don't know what people can do other than try to be righteous, but it seems like it's a lot of demon time type things out here in the world, man. So I'm just trying to figure out that how can people just get better instead of falling into these tumultuous times where we constantly watching homicides and yellow tape and white chalk outlines and people dying outside and online side of it, you know. Um, don't want to see elders get gunned down. I don't want to see kids get gunned down. I don't want to see anyone get gunned down. And the problem is these type of gun attacks keep happening, and then people try to fandangle and come out with different gun laws. But like I said, even if you had metal detectors at the school, there still had to be somebody to carry out the job of the metal detector, right? So when it go off, now the next move is, all right, boy, it's go time. It sounds it's a problem now. Security can't be. They gotta, what I mean. They gotta know how to get rid of the problem, and if you're not prepared for that, man, like I said, you just run into a different situation. So again, what I would say is needs to be a lot of training. Needs to be a lot of training going on, because even in neighborhoods, they just put police in neighborhoods. But honestly, the police that's in your neighborhood should be police that's familiar with the area and the people in it, because now you know how to react and deal with people instead of being on some like harassment type or making people feel like you are no harasser or some type of racist or something like that. You don't want people to feel like that. So therefore you put the proper training and proper people in the proper area. But nah, we don't do that. We're gonna say, you know what, just go out there and patrol. Go out there and live in any neighborhood you want. You know, as long as you work, you can get, you know, the money for any neighborhood you want. Yeah. And then you could have your kid go to school and they end up in a classroom where people are coming to school shooting it. That's unfortunate. Like I said, my heart goes out to the families. My heart goes out to my nieces and nephews and my siblings, you know, because I got great nieces and nephews. I think about them going to class and stuff like that. You know, counselors, anybody, like, you know, that's just not cool. It's not right, and I don't believe that's the type of time that we should be on. Definitely, we not should be on that time at all. So once again, I appreciate y'all for coming out, watching the I Just Think Different podcast. This is episode 29, the elders, the youth, and the next is, I don't know who the next is, but these next is gotta go. It gotta be the demons. They gotta get up out of here, and we can't accept these type of things in our communities because these people are coming into our communities, killing our youth and our adults. They're killing our elders, and that's just not cool. We ain't on that type of time. We can't flow like that. And these people must go. We can't have this type of things going on around here. So, like I said, y'all, what do y'all suggest? What do you think? You know, what could be done in this scenario, in these situations, in these times? Because it still seems to me that people are creating crimes at an alarming rate and they don't have no cares about it. So I'm trying to figure out what can people do. I said that self accountability, man. I made 7 episodes breaking down 7 deadly sins. I know people maybe not quite religious and things like that, but some principles that you can learn from these 7 deadly when you look at it. And I say accountability because you gotta look at yourself and be honest and say, man, where do I fit in these 7? Do you have envy in you? Do you have gluttony in you? You know, do you have lust in you? You know, do you got a lot of pride in you? Is it hard for you to hear things and, you know, fast for you to speak on them too? Or can you just listen and just reserve yourself, think about it, and then make an appropriate response? See, we so ready to just fly off the handle, and we ain't even listening to what's going on. But then not realizing flying off the handle, that action that done that is cause for you don't know what. Because you can't tell nobody how to react, and you can't tell nobody about their emotions, but they can. Right. So unfortunately, at this point, you've done something to them that they didn't necessarily agree with. So now they want you out. So you gotta think about it. So now you gotta think about how you're moving out here, and you don't want to operate in that type of frequency. What you want to operate in is the frequency of how can I benefit you and the ones around me. That's always the number one goal. How can I benefit me, you, in the room? We want to benefit all at one time. We don't want to keep reading these shooting crimes that's going on online all the time. They're constantly going on, and it's like people walking around with fear don't know what to do. It's unfortunate and it's sad and it shouldn't be going on. And we just coming out of being stuck in the house, and now people outside, and this all that they can do is focus on crime and just uh senseless acts of murder when you can just go into people's school and just start shooting them, you know. I remember that Vegas situation, you know, it was outside the concert. They just, my man took out a window from the hotel and just said, like, man, what is going on in this world? Lord, please. You know, so, man, I'm at a loss for words, man. Really at a loss for words. Lost for words there. So, I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I'm gonna go ahead and end this podcast. We've been here, hour, 45 minutes. Go ahead and talk about what's going on today, man. It's the elders, the youth, and man, what's next? You know me, I'm asking y'all, what can we do out here, man? Like I said, keep God first. Stand on your ground. Be righteous, upstanding, uplifting. If you got a problem, let somebody know. You won't have to hold it. Because all of that's in you, it has to go somewhere, and following it up like that, the release that comes from it is never a good release. So I would offer you the words of encouragement to say, again, confine in somebody, befriend somebody that, you know, that got your back. Confide in somebody that you don't mind speaking to. You can email me at iJustThinkDifferent@gmail.com if you got anything that you feel you want to speak about. I got you. You can always hit me up, man. You ever feel it's a problem? I'll get back with you immediately. So don't ever be afraid to hit up I Just Think Different podcast, man, at any time, because I'm always around. I'm always here, ready to, try to make a change and difference in people's lives, because I told you that's what it is. I Just Think Different podcast. The podcast would effectively, try to bridge the gap between race, people, and culture, and try to bring people together to have that conversation that keeps on going and going and going. And right now, these conversations like these affect everybody. Even last week, man, when our elders get gunned down, but today kids are getting gunned down, and that's not cool. And these 18 kids have been reportedly killed, and that's just don't make no sense. And apparently, I found out that a mass shooting is anything over 4 people being shot, and it's been an alarming rate of mass shootings happening over the United States. I haven't heard many school shootings in Canada or Mexico or anything like that, but I know here in this country we are losing our minds over here, taking our youth and elders. It just really no words for it, and it's really senseless. And we should be doing better than that. We should be doing better than that, to not harm any of our people. Like, what is going on? This makes no sense. This makes no sense. So with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here, and I appreciate y'all for visiting, stopping by. And I Just Think Different podcast. If you know me, you know I'll sit this with this prayer in this, and then we gone, man. So God, thank you for waking me up. Thank you for giving me another day. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come here and allow my voice to be heard. I just ask that you allow your will to be done over the listeners' lives, over my lives. I ask that you would just place your hand on the hearts of the families who's lost their loved ones today. I ask that you would just strengthen the people of the city and the school. I ask that you would just uplift all parties that are involved, Lord. I ask that you would just give them your strength, because you the only one that could get them through this. Um, yes, Lord. So I ask in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So again, I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I Just Think Different podcasts. That's me, James. And I catch y'all on the next one next week. Peace.